All right, congratulations on moving forward on this hearing journey for you to hear better, and not just that, but just feel better. And and I commend you for taking action and taking these steps that are going to help you hear the best that you can. So what happens next? So over the next few days, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be ordering your hearing devices, getting everything right for them to come to the office, and then we'll be reaching out to you to let you know that they're here and scheduling your fitting. During your fitting appointment, we're actually going to do what's called real-ear measurement, where I have a device that I put over your ears that has tubes that go in with the hearing aids, and it actually helps me fine-tune your hearing loss and hit target. If we don't hit target, then you're not going to hear as best as you can. So we're going to hit target. After we hit target, more than likely, if you're new to hearing aids, we're going to bump it down to about 80% of your prescription level. If you've worn hearing devices before and you're just getting new devices, more than likely I'm either going to keep it the same or bump it down to 90. It really depends on the patient. And over the next few days of wearing the hearing devices, next few days, few weeks, they're going to slowly get to the point where now they're getting louder and then they're at your prescription level. So that's going to help ease you into hearing much better, because what happens is when the brain doesn't have this information, right? We've slowly lost some of our hearing, and now all of a sudden we are hearing. The brain goes on, it's like on high alert, and it says, hey, danger, danger, something's happening. Like, this is not normal. Like, I can hear I can hear all these different sounds. And what happens is the brain goes through this for a certain amount of time. Some patients it's 2 to 3 days. Some patients it takes a little bit longer. But what's happening is you're hearing sounds you didn't pick up before, certain frequencies. And when we look at like water has certain frequencies in it, right? So if you've been missing the high frequencies, well, now you're going to hear those high frequencies back in the water, and it can sound sharp. It can sound like you flushed the toilet and it's like you're at Niagara Falls, right? And it's not always going to stay like that. Your brain's going to be going through what's called a rehabilitation process, and that's where it's adapting to the sound. So the best way that I could, it's kind of like if you've ever lived near the train tracks, right? In the first few days, few weeks, you're like, why did we move here? I can hear the train, it's loud, it's annoying, I hear it every day. And then all of a sudden, after a month or two, you say, hey, have you heard the train? Like, I haven't noticed the train. And what your brain has said is, hey, you're not in danger, don't want to hear that, and it's tuned it out. Okay, that's called habituation, and that's what the brain does with certain smells. It does it with certain things we hear. So if it's going to take some time for your brain to adapt. So if you're at a point where you want to just kind of like even take it even slower, you can start in quieter environments and like ease your way into louder environments. I've had some patients where just we bump it down to 80% and they're still like going to a restaurant and they're like, wow, I can hear and understand so much better. So they haven't done that. So it just really depends on you. So hone into your inner tuition, like how you're feeling. Like if you feel like, you know what, like I want to ease into it more, then go that route. If you're like, you know what, I think I'm gonna be okay, then jump right in. Like there's no wrong way to do this. The biggest thing is for you to inform me like what's happening during the process, because if I don't hear from you, I think everything's going great. So what I don't want to have is you come in for an appointment and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I haven't been wearing the hearing aid because it was either too loud or it was uncomfortable or something happened and it just wasn't working. And it's like, well, why didn't you reach out to me to tell me when that happened, right? So we're going to be proactive here at Heroes of Hearing. So we're going to have appointments scheduled to see you for regular maintenance and just do your annual test and making sure you're hearing the best that you can. But along this path, if something's occurring, reach out to me, let me know. That way I can get you in sooner. We can get those resolved and get you squared away and taken care of. So water, paper, certain sounds are going to sound a lot sharper to you. You'll probably jump in the car, turn it on and be like, wow, what's going on with my engine? Like, it's okay, your engine's fine. Like, unless it's not fine, but you're going to hear like all of these sounds, and it does take you some time to get adapted to it. So if you leave the office, give it a couple of days, okay? if you feel like, you know what, this is too much, it just sounds like it's overwhelming, and you have the volume set to where I have you programmed at, like, let me know so that I can jump into them and I can make it a little bit softer, or have you come back into the office and bump it down even more. If you're too sensitive to the sounds and we need to slow it down even longer, we definitely can do that. Okay, but yeah, so those are the things that are happening right now as we're waiting for your hearing devices to get in. I'm so excited for you. One of the best things, the icing on the cake for me, is when I see patients transform. When they come in and I can just tell by their countenance and just everything that they're struggling, and then after they're hearing again, they just have a big smile on their face and they're like, I love it. I can hear my granddaughter or my grandson. I can hear my girlfriends. I can understand my spouse. Like, they're just, it brings me joy helping them be able to hear again. And for some people, it's been life-changing. And that's the part that I love the most and why I do what I do. And I'm so glad that you've chosen Heroes of Hearing for your hearing needs, and not just that, but for more than that we're going to be providing as we go along. But just wanted to reach out, let you know we're getting the hearing devices ready, and we'll be reaching out when they're in. If you haven't heard back from us in like 2-3 weeks, reach out to me, let me know. Sometimes we have issues where something didn't get saved in the computer, or everything's been sent right, but for some reason UPS, FedEx, or some type of delay, or something's going on. If something's happening on my end, I usually reach out to you, let you know. But if you haven't heard from us, reach out and say, hey, what's going on? I just want to get an update. And again, you can do that through text message, or you can call and talk to us as well. So again, we'll see you in the next video.